Looks like we're back at it again. Remember this SMS line? This SMS line right here? Do you remember it? Do you remember when South African women were panicking? They were running around like headless chickens because they were uncertain if there was a Mrs. Abogia here somewhere, or somebody has married them off without their permission. We even heard Jacinta Ngobese Zuma's own story about her own mother, how she discovered that she had been married without her knowledge. And some people twisted that story and propagated it and ran with it. Because, anyways, we're not there. Now tell me why we are back at this again. There are some videos that I asked, especially after the 30th of June. Somalis, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, Ethiopians. Why they are unshaken or moved? Why is it they are so confident and have that bravado to say, we ain't going nowhere? And if you want to say something about that, speak to your government. There's a reason why they keep sending us to our government. There's a reason. And the reason is clear as daylight. And I will give you an example. So a Bangladeshi store, a shop, right inside where the Home Affairs in Durban is at, a Bangladeshi was running his own parallel Home Affairs.
No, not now. Don't do it because I'm telling you. I'm saying if they forget it, why don't you take it next door? Home Affairs is right next door.
Why you never give it
Why don't
to
you go
Home Affairs?
say Home Affairs, people left their IDs here. Home Affairs is right next door. You take their IDs and you say they forgot their IDs. Why don't you do that? Oh, you forgot. So all of this happened in one day. Happened in one day. So you forget how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. You forget.
Talk about hide in plain sight. He was marrying off South African women that were unsuspecting in the same vicinity where the South African Home Affairs is at. So inside Home Affairs, this Bangladeshi has somebody in there in the official Home Affairs office. So that is why when you go to this Bangladeshi and say, Auhambingani, he will send you to the government. He will send you to the government. Speak to your government. I don't know if you are seeing what I'm saying here. Okay, let me break it down a little bit simpler. In other words, government officials are taking extortion money from Bangladeshis, from Somalis, from Pakistanis and Ethiopians. They are taking extortion money. So that is why no Somali is going to be like, okay, let me pack and leave and run. No. I'm paid to be here. And I'm continuing to pay to be here. And the people that I'm paying, they are in government. And we have intelligence in this country, don't we? Because this is their job. This is their job. But no. Don't bother the intelligence of this country. You'll be touching the president's studio. So then what are the people of South Africa supposed to do? Because the more these people tell South Africans, go and speak to your government, the more South Africans are going to get sick and tired of that line. Go speak to your government. And then what will South Africans do? They will take matters into their own hands. This government does not listen. And that is why I keep saying these guys who are in government, guys, they don't know South Africans because some of them, or maybe most of them, are not South Africans. If you know South Africans, and when one South African stands up, you panic. You panic. You run around and you go to your comrades or your whatever you call them, call each other in cabinet. We have a crisis because of one South African. We have a crisis because, it takes one South African to 100 to make it 100. 100 to a million. It takes one. It's a crisis. These people don't know us. They don't know us because they are not us. They've never been us. The people that are serving in this government. Because when we asked about the Somalis, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, and Ethiopians, we ought to have gotten an answer by now. We still need to demand for answers from government. Who are these people and why they're unmoved or shaken? And now, comfortably marrying off unsuspecting South African women. Taking us back to the late 90s, early 2000s. That is why it produced this SMS line. It produced this SMS line. So that means we have to go back now. There are women, South African women, that are married without them knowing they are married. So Dr. Almost say Oliver Schreiner. So Dr. Leon Schreiber, how emergency, okay, I don't know, these days my brain is getting fried because I'm thinking too much. Dr. Leon Schreiber, what sense of urgency are you getting out of this? And once South African women discover, because you know what Home Affairs does the moment the South African women discover that she's married without her knowledge, she comes to Home Affairs for help. Home Affairs wipe its hands off like, it's your problem. Some even go as far as say you need to go find your husband. Wait. That is why one South African, when Capitec was doing its nonsense, the person brought the stumbu to a branch of Capitec. Because you guys keep trying South Africans. So you want to see the problem? We'll bring the problem to you. So that you see what we are talking. Call the police all you want. But I want you to see the problem you are causing me. So you cannot, as Home Affairs, wipe your hands off. No investigations, nothing. You just send the person away. Go. Oh, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. That's how these women are treated the moment they discover that they've been married. What must they do? What must they do? And I'm telling you, and I foresee a lot of horrible things happening because of this. Kudama 2000s, man. Awadlali. Awadlali 2000s. Home Affairs will be turned upside down until you divorce them. Until you divorce them. At least with our generations, we got some patience in Yana, and we even have a tendency or the spirit of giving up. We say, so thin. And then you go your merry way as Mrs. Abogiaye. You don't even know how he looks like. Now you are Mrs. Mohammed, you are Mrs. Abdul, because Bangladeshis, I think most of them are Muslim. That's now your surname. And Home Affairs is not like they don't know this. Home Affairs, to me, if we now have to come up with solutions, because solutions are important. I am saying every Home Affairs marriage department and death registration department, so marriage registration and death, possibly even birth, fire everybody there. I know there'll be some innocent people that have done nothing wrong, but there's got to be something is got to give, guys. And I am unhappy with the charges that get slapped on these people. Fraud and defeating the ends of justice. How about treason? These people committed treason. When you jeopardize the national security of a country, that is treason. But no, let's go for the soft charges. Treason. I asked the question before. What constitutes treason in South Africa? I know it's Schedule 1, if I'm not mistaken, of the Criminal Procedure Act. But what constitutes it? Must you first plant bombs all over South Africa, detonate them, you get caught, and then they say you are charged with treason? Is that what I'm understanding treason is? But what's the difference, though? That you've allowed people who will be planting these bombs all over the country, and then when South Africans continue to do what they do in reclaiming their country, and then they want to teach us a lesson, and then they detonate all these bombs. Wouldn't that still be treason? People are caught with bombs coming into South Africa, but they're not charged with treason. Why is our government so hell-bent in turning South Africa into a banana republic? Why? So, like as I said, the only solution that comes to mind for me is for Home Affairs officials that are in charge of marriage registration, death registration, that will come to death, and birth registration. Fire them all. Because a Bangladeshi, doors a few meters apart from each other of Home Affairs and this Bangladeshi, who's collecting South African people's IDs. So he takes all these IDs, put them in something, walks into Home Affairs and takes it to whoever that he takes them to. CCTV footage cameras should be able to tell when they're investigating. Oh, let me guess. Those CCTV footages will be conveniently, or they'll say the camera conveniently doesn't work. Fire them, and I mean across the country, because we don't know which Home Affairs these Bangladeshis are using. Fire them all, replace them with people, and put cameras, for crying out loud, either body cams, something. I don't know, that can be supervised to make sure that the South African national security is protected. What's so difficult in doing that? With everything that's going on in South Africa, you would think everybody will start behaving. Oh no, it's business as usual. We are here to make money. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning death registry is because they are taking your loved one that passed on's ID number and giving it to a Pakistani, to an Ethiopian. And you see those Ethiopian... Let me ask a question. Remember there were a group of Ethiopian boys that escaped from some house and they disappeared into the crowd, I guess into South Africa? Where are they? What is the media reporting back and updating South Africans about? No, they're not going to do that, because the whole plan is that they will smuggle these boys into South Africa now and again. And then guess whose ID numbers these boys are taking? Yeah, your deceased loved one. And I bet if you went to Home Affairs with your loved one's identity number, you will find it active. Go to any bank. Oh, well, the bank will need your fingerprints and all that stuff. But I bet if you went to court, got a court order, you will find that your dead loved one has a bank account, possibly a multi-million rand company or business. Don't you think you need to do some little digging yourself? I've already started with my own. I've already started. Because if I find out my loved one's identity numbers, have been reallocated. Ha, yimpi. And no government must come to me and say, I will tell you where to get off. I will tell you where to get off. Because you're not going to tell me what to do. And that person will have to take me to the Home Affairs official who gave them my loved one, my dead loved one's identity number. Mfethu ngizodila nawe mina. Ngizodila nawe. Uzonya. For what? For Gucci. Louis Vuitton. Ngeke mfethu, ngeke ngikuyeke. Ngeke ngikuyeke. And I'm saying it again, no government must tell us, law into your own hands. You are failing South Africans on a daily basis. And your friends that you keep protecting, they keep proving it to you that you are a failure of a government. The Pakistanis are showing you every day. The Somalis are showing you every day. The Bangladeshis time to shine now. They are the masters in marrying unsuspecting South African women. Now let's go to our second or third solution. Dr. Leon Schreiber, it's clear the naturalization program is a mess. It is a crime scene, sir. So what do you think is the best solution? Oh, currently your counterpart in the United States, Donald Trump, is denaturalizing all suspicious naturalizations in the United States. Oh, some prominent people, they are being denaturalized. You know why they're getting denaturalized? Because themselves use money to obtain US citizenship. Others were marrying American citizens without their permission. Exactly what is happening in South Africa. They are denaturalizing them. So every Pakistani, Mr. Schreiber, every Ethiopian, every Bangladeshi, every what this other one, Pakistani, I'm picking on these four deliberately because it seems like they need to be our springboard to get to all the other ones that have done a similar crime. Start denaturalizing them. All of them. All of them. And another thing, Mr. Schreiber, realistically speaking, naturalization program cannot and should not intake any more than 250,000 in the past 32 years. Realistically speaking, a realistic number should be between 200,000 to 250,000. But in South Africa, it's millions. That should tell you something isn't right. The math is not mathing. So it will make your job a whole lot easier to say we are overhauling. I mean, I'm talking complete overhauling of naturalization. I know we have the white paper, I guess it's green paper, whatever it is right now on Home Affairs and all that stuff, but we are in a state of emergency right now. We are in a state of emergency. Mr. President, all of this is happening under your watch. Why aren't you summoning the ambassador or whoever, high commissioners, ambassadors, and have a conversation? Complain. And then from there, tell them that I'm going to be denaturalizing them all immediately. In fact, should be effective and immediately. And then he sends an executive order to Dr. Leon Schreiber. And it's done in a day. Everybody denaturalized and deported. There is no way you cannot do this. There's no way we can't do this. Guys, what sort of a banana republic is this? What sort of a banana republic is this? This is upsetting. But in Home Affairs, it's this thing you would say, it won't happen to me. And yeah, no parry mean. South African bad attitude that always gets us into trouble is that one. It won't happen to me. And say no parry mean. But right now there's a discovery. Whoever is working with that Bangladesh is shaking in their boot. Probably even ran away because they ran away. Ubalekelani. Why are you running? Fellow South Africans, especially South African women, I'm begging you. Do what needs to be done to find out if you are still using your maiden name, especially when you are unmarried. If you find out that you are married, sue the Department of Home Affairs. Take them to court. You take them to court. Don't allow them to do this to you. Take them to court. Please, I know you're going to say, but I don't have money. Listen, this is how it works. If you lodge a civil claim, and then in your claim, you'd say in the application that the defendant must pay your legal fees. That's what the court will order. That the defendant pays your legal fees when you win the case. So you don't have any obligations, and maybe you're going to need that maybe 3,500 Rand for consultation. Take them to court. Take them to court. And if you find out who the person that married you off, go for them too, personally. Sue them personally. Take everything they've got. Everything they got. But there is no way we are going to be treated like this in our own country. This is abuse. We are being abused. And we're expected to keep quiet. I'm telling you, as I'm doing this investigation, I did say to you guys, right here on this very channel, even though it was more on my sister's side that touched my sister, I will deal with you and I will call the police myself with my foot on your chest. Usuhambile. And then when they get in, that's I'm not capable of it, but touch my sister. I think that capability will arise. But it looks like now one has to fight for our dead because they can't do it for themselves. They can't do it for themselves. So it's your responsibility now to go to Home Affairs and find out, is your dead loved one's ID number active? It's supposed to be red, meaning they're gone. Check it out. You find out they are voting, they have bank accounts, they have an entire family on your dead loved one's ID number. And they're not even South Africans. Yo, you are like me never feature. I'm telling you. Dlalo kanjalo. Ungezizwe uthi hayi mina ngizodila nawe la. You should know i-Home Affairs when ngithumela to another department ngidila wena you the one who's gonna get up uye kulo department. Not me. I'm not gonna be spending money that I'm not supposed to be spending. No. So we need answers, government. Who are the Pakistanis to you? Who are the Bangladeshis to you? Who are the Ethiopians to you? And who are the Somalis to you? We want to know. They seem to be extremely confident about their position in South Africa. Oh, very comfortable. So much so that they even have entitlement. We demand answers. Look what they're doing. Parallel Home Affairs. Can you imagine what other things they probably have also that they're not supposed to have? What other parallel government departments that are important to us are they running? Who's extorting them? Where's the intelligence? This disturbed me, and I'm disturbed. Fellow South Africans and women, go check your status. Again, I don't know what Tribe is going to do. I don't know if this SMS line still works. I have no idea. But check your status. And the moment you discover, hamba uye kumeli. Ngoba if you go to Home Affairs, say, oh, there's nothing we can do. I'm telling you, that's what they're going to tell you. Jacinta's mother to this very day, she's still married to a Nigerian man she's never met. Why? Because Home Affairs of her like that and made it her fault. And there are many South African women that are going through the same thing. Many gave up. They lost marriages. When I say lost marriages, they lost the opportunity to be married. What man is going to stick around and say, okay, si soltandana, si feslahlane, whatever the case. No. He wants his surname to continue. Anyways, fellow South Africans, sisenkingeni. And inkinga yethu is the government. Inkinga yethu is the government. No sense of urgency, no sense of, can we check what's going on here, check what's going on there? No, my ministers, when they come to the office at the union buildings, they sit on the desk and throw their feet on and cross it and sleep. While the country falls apart, their departments. Yeah, get fair to know. Anyways, let's talk a little bit later. I think the Matlan Commission of Inquiry is about to start. What does Winnie Man almost says something. Winnie Malema. I think somebody said I should say something like that. Okay, Winnie Malema is going to be continuing with that testimony. Okay, goodbye.